Hey, Clint Lifer from Clint Lifer Music here, and my kid gave me a good idea. He told me that my YouTube video, my one YouTube video on my YouTube channel is not enough, and that I need a lot more, and that it needs to be a lot cooler, and I need to talk about what I do and all that stuff. And he's right. And thanks, kiddo. I appreciate it. I hope you're watching this. And that said, I want to do something different on here. I want to show you how I change my guitar strings, which is probably different than how you do it. And the reason I say that is because I was doing that for, doing it a certain way for, what, 15, 20 years. And I just learned like 2 months ago from the maker of this guitar, Danny Zager, and who sang 2020, 25, 25, or in the year 25, 25. But I know we had to watch it in 8th grade, if I remember, or listen to, we had to watch like a video and then listen to the song, do like a report on it. But I can't remember if it was in the year 25, 25. I should know that. Anyway, I digress. So this is his technique, which is awesome. And I've been using it since, and it speeds everything up. I use it on my mandolin, my acoustic, and my electric. I haven't done it on the bass yet, but so what we're going to do is just change the one string. Now, in most cases, changing guitar strings, you don't want to take everything off at once, unless you do what I did. I just cleaned the fretboard, I oiled it. I love this guitar, and I want to keep it a long time, and I just kind of baby it. So I took everything off, and I oiled it. But when you take everything off, you lose the tension in the neck, and you don't want to do that. You can change that. There's a truss rod in here. There's a little adjuster if you ever go too bad. If you lose the tension, it just doesn't sound like it rattles. You can adjust it with a truss rod in here, but we're not going to get into that right now. As long as you change that guitar string, if you even have all of them off, you change one within probably an hour, you're probably going to be okay. But you know, the more you leave it off, the longer you're kind of losing the tension. So anyway, one guitar string at a time, except in this case. And what you want to do, and it's a little easier because I have all the strings off, but the hard part is getting these pins out. And to do that, you got to get your hand in there. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, it kind of hurts, but it's worth it because it's better than breaking these pins. And when you do that, they're never quite the same. I mean, I've tried to replace it on, you know, beautiful guitars like this, and it's just like you never get the same one, and it's hard to find. Even if you do, it's a pain in the butt. So you might just do it right. So this is where it gets a little different. You know, you've seen guitar strings change before, and you've done it yourself, I'm sure. If you haven't, this might be a good one for you to watch. But you're really just looking at the end of the guitar string. You know, the end of it has, in this particular case, it's a round little circle, and you're going to take the hollow part of the pin here, and you're going to kind of keep them together. And what you're going to do is put the string in first, the bottom of the string in first. Take the hollow part of the pin and aim that towards the neck of the guitar. You're pressing down the pin as you're pulling up on the string. You're creating that tension. And this is where it gets a little different. And this is what I love about this technique. So when you're changing guitar strings, it's always a pain in the butt trying to get them to stay. So in this case, what I learned from Danny Zager is you take, I line up the machine head holes on the side here so I can kind of look them at eye level. It just makes it easier to try to put the string through, which I can't seem to do at the moment. I feel like an old man. I think I need my glasses. Where's my damn glasses? All right, here we go. So then putting it through here. Everything's the same as you know. This is where everything's a little different. So what I would say is take here, and I think you want to kind of gauge a little bit how much you'll need to loop it around once. So I pull it back, give it some slack. I'm holding around here just to kind of keep everything from flying away. And now you got to think about how you want to loop this. You're going to loop it just once, and this saves you so much work. You loop it just once to come over the machine head, and it's going to stay, but you want to have just enough tension to get over the hump here, which I think I can do. Okay, so yep, so I just did it, as you can see. And the idea is you want to have the outer round part to be on the inside of the guitar always. Otherwise, it's going to be on the outside. They're going to cross over each other. It's just going to look and sound weird. And then you want to turn it so the it's being turned so the inside of this, the string where the round part is going, basically the turn is coming to the outside of the guitar, but the curve is on the inside, if that makes any sense. And that is how you do it. If you notice, there was no tucking underneath what I always had to do. It's a pain in the butt. It never stays. You always hurt your fingers. The only thing you would just do here is get yourself a nice little pair of, I used to use wire cutters, but they just don't really get in there. These are little, these are actually made for guitar string cutting, and they're awesome. It's like $8, and they're on Amazon. You can get them, and just get as close as you can get it, because really, there's no point in having that extra string hanging around. It can touch the other strings, and it can prick you, and all those other things. So the next piece of this is just the stretching. So what you want to do, I'm not going to tune it in the you know, just in keeping time in mind here, but I'll just do with the top string. So this is already in tune with the E string. What you want to do is after you put the strings on, you just want to hold it and you just lightly pull up, really pull up. You can tug on it, but not like try to like rip it off and don't fling it back, you know, like it's a bow or something. But so you want to just pull and stretch, do that about 2 or 3 times. And you want to do it for every string. And you're probably going to do that, this one's not tuned yet, so it's really loose, but you're probably going to do that 2 or 3 times by the end of this whole session. It's probably, with the guitar string change, if it's your first time around, it's probably going to take you like 45 minutes. If you're a veteran of doing this and you're doing it this way, it's probably going to take you pretty damn quick. You're probably going to be done in 15 minutes, but your string pulling is going to be, it's going to take you about 5 minutes to get through everything, and just pull it real slow and do about 3 times. Like I said, you're not going to have any tuning problems. You will not have to tune this guitar the next day or 2 like you normally would with new strings. So that's the trick I learned. I can't take credit for it. This is Danny Zager's, and I hope you like it and I hope you use it. Talk to you later. Bye.